Hey everybody, it is Darren. That didn't last long. Try that again. Maybe it'll stay on there now. It's Darren from Lilley's Landing. Today is Sunday, June 21st. I'm going to do one cast for you. So I've got a little pink and white soft plastic minnow imitation on a 48th ounce jig head. I think one of the last times I did one cast I tried, it was the same style soft plastic, it was just a straight white one. I caught one. This one's pink and white. Hope I'm deep enough. Might not be. So I came up just down from Shore Creek, above that shoal. I'm going to fish over that shoal that I like to fish with this stuff. If I'm not careful. Oh, I just missed one. Dang it. Look back and my foot was coming back up. There's just trying to watch out for the tree down here because I'm over this way farther than I normally am, which I like. Dang it, I already missed one. I'm probably going to have to move that way just a little bit when I get down here so I don't get that tree. Man, I can't believe I missed one already. You look away for a second and that's when they eat it. A recast here. I might be able to go a little deeper, but I guess I want to eat it, so I will not. I'll keep it. Okay, if that's the bottom, I don't think it was. It wasn't. I didn't get him. That one I didn't. I don't know what happened. I should have hooked that one. Gotta scoot over a little bit more. There we go. This I might hit the bottom because this is where it humps up. Usually I catch them right. Last time I caught one right there and then I was getting bit down here. On the bottom side of it. I could probably go a little deeper. because I went over that shallow spot and didn't hit the bottom at all. Fishing reports today. One of the guides came in. They caught one over 20. They were catching them pretty good. They did have 4 generators going earlier. Now it's down to 2. I'm not sure when they slowed it down. It's like 1 1/4. Right now, there was 4 going this morning. But throwing the scuds and stuff up top, scuds and San Juans, has been working on the Provo rig. I'm gonna lose this mic again. I already lost one in the water. I don't want to lose another one. What in the world? Why am I not hooking these fish? Like, I'm not even getting any resistance. And it's not the bottom. That's 3 I've missed. I can't really fish down where I like to fish at the end of this because there's a boat down there. Spot locked in that eddy right behind it, so fish just jumped up there. Normally I'd like to be farther that way. And there's a group of trees that I like to go right by. It looks like that guy is spot locked up top in the spot that I like to start, so I guess I'll just go somewhere else after this drift here. Alright, 0 for 3. I'm probably going to run up right below Fall Creek Stock and fish that bluff down. So, unless that guy's not gonna stay there, we'll be back. All right, so I came up here just below Fall Creek Stock. We'll try this spot. Same thing, just a little deeper here, which is all right. I think it'll be all right. I'll fish down this bluff. I think I'm set like however long this rod is. 6'10" is what this rod is, I think. Yeah, no, 6'6". So I'm like 6.5 feet deep. Here we go. Maybe I'll have a little bit better. I think that's turboprop. I gotta look. Distracted by the airplanes flying over. This is when a fish is gonna eat. Yeah, turboprop. That's why it sounded different. Maybe I need to throw us a little closer to the bank. little bit closer, maybe. So this water is usually, this level of water, usually really good for the pink powerbait worm. And that spot I first started, down there below Short Creek, is usually where I get them pretty good on that. This is something, kind of the same idea, just looks different, shape of a minnow instead of a 3-inch worm. I was hoping it would work pretty good too. I know last time I used one of these, the white ones, I caught one across from the resort. This one I guess I've missed 3. So it's not like they're not eating it. I shouldn't have 3 fish in the boat. Not in the boat, I guess. Landed 3 fish. Oh, I think I can see it down. I think I can see it down there. Fish just came up to the surface right behind the boat. It sounded like something big. I did not see it though. So along this bank, there's a couple spots where some rock got washed in, and it makes like a hump. I'm thinking that's where I'm gonna get bit. At least with the pink power worm, that's where I usually do. Fish just came up down from us, but way up close to the bank. Maybe I was just fishing too far out. I shouldn't want to get hung up on the bottom, which looks like I'm fine up there. Line size, I've got braid here, but then I've got 4-pound fluorocarbon is my leader down there, so. There's a fish right there. There's a light spot on the bottom. I could just see his tail. I don't know what it was, but. Oh, man. I recast it here. Had a big belly in my line, so I was trying to mend it. And it had sunk underneath the surface there. Which is what fluorocarbon does, it sinks. Just don't get hung up, please. Come on, fish. I want to see if they're even looking at it, but I can't see. There's too much cloud cover. I can see in the water, but it's just dark. I can see white spots on the bottom, like white rocks and stuff, but that's it. So hoping I could see it fall. Earlier, that one of the first casts, I could see it fall. And it was falling like it did minnow. Yeah, it's just falling straight there. So it's just on a round jig head, nothing special. I twisted. There we go. I'll be watching where I'm going here and look back and float's gonna be coming up again. I should need to go deeper. See if I can get it a little deeper. We'll try and cast that. I need to do it on a slip float so I can get down like 10 feet or deeper without having to cast that 10 feet between my float, a fixed float, you know. Here's one of those spots where that rocks come out, but a tree is over it. Maybe it'll be all right. Yeah, it looks like that tree fell recently because there's still, the root wads popped up and there's still green grass on it. Oh, don't get hung up. Please don't get hung up. I almost got hung up. Part of that tree is way out into the water there. That tree is still going. Man, it's a long tree. The end of it's right there, I think. So one thing about drifting stuff like this under a float, and this goes for fly rod and stuff too, if your float gets below, like downstream of your fly or whatever, it usually ends up dragging it to where it pulls it up higher than what it would be. If your float is above it and your jig head's down here, down there it'll dead drift better. It's like right now my float's below it, so my jig is not down as deep as it could be, it's up a little bit. There's a big stick out right here, so I'll just drift past it here. I really want to go back down where I started. Looks really good in the water. See a couple branches there. Trying to scoot myself back over so I don't have to cast 4 miles. It's made a little eddy right there with that tree sticking out. That seam is like right there, about 10 feet from the boat. Get over to it here. Fish just came up right where the boat was. The next little rock fall spot is coming up. Just want to make sure I'm set up to drift over it good so I don't have to cast in the middle of it. Oh, I can see it down there, and it disappeared. Recast this here. So I thought it was fish, but I don't think it was. I think it was just me not being able to see it. So that seam is all the way out here from that tree up there, so it's a little little screwy, but man, my jig's it's getting down there where I want it to be. I might hit the bottom a little bit. Hopefully my boat's not too close. That would be the only thing. Because the boat's angled like that, and so the motor and stuff is pretty close to where my float is. Recast it real quick. So there's another seam off of the stick out there. They kind of converge right there. Alright, I'm going to run back down and see if anybody's where I started at. If there is, I'll just run back down and fish that bluff across from the resort. Ooh. I better use trolling motor to get out of this hole here. Bunch of trees that fell off the bank. I don't think I would have had time to start the motor and get going before we got to them. Good now. Alright, we'll be back in a minute. Alright, I gotta switch the camera side here. See if I can get set up in time to get myself in the water before the spot where I think they're going to be. So I still have this set pretty deep. Just fine, because it's pretty deep right here. Let's recast that. I threw it up in the eddy from behind the dock there, and it was just sitting there. I want it moving in the current. Once I get past this tree, I'm going to recast up closer to the ledge. Hopefully not put it in the tree. Yeah, kind of. What I need to be doing is casting that way. Then I don't have to worry about the loop in my line as much. Let's get a little closer. Let's do that. like that. Wind's not helping with the loop. It's blowing downstream, making a loop in my line back up to my float. Now the wind's blowing that way. Love how it changes here constantly. Trying to get myself away from it a little bit, away from the bank a little bit more. But it's like I can't get the back end to get over that way. Can usually get the front end over here and use the trolling motor to just hold you, and it'll swing the back end around, but it's not doing it here. That spot I always go to with this stuff is just the spot for this kind of stuff, right there above or below Short Creek. For me, anyway. Seems like I don't ever do very well other places with this kind of stuff. Sometimes I can catch them down and right in front of the resort, like the same distance away from the dock that the buoys are, and just kind of drift by that lower buoy. But not always. It's pretty consistent up there for me. There's another ledge right there. And that ledge goes all the way down, but I can really see it right there. Or at least I think it goes all the way down. That wind is going from blowing upstream to blowing that way, blowing that way, blowing that way. Cast it again. Sorry I'm not getting anything. Not talking much either, so it might be kind of boring to watch, but just concentrating, wanting this to work. Stupid bow in the line is really bothering me today for some reason. Oh, I need to be closer anyway. Oh, not that close. That was up on it. Oh, there's a tree there. I might lose this. See if I can let it get past it. Here's where I caught it last time. Got one. Freaking big old piece of sycamore bark. Of course, I get it. It's just on the float. It's not even... There we go. Oh, that was a bite. I was thinking to myself, that's a little bit better drift. It was like falling correctly and looking good, and got bit and missed it. They're eating it quick. So I'm just letting it go down. You can see where all the leaves are kind of collected. You can probably see up here on the camera. That's where my float is, just down there. I should probably be farther away, but I'm not. The wind keeps pushing me over there and I'm tired of fighting it. So in order to fight it, this is what you gotta do. And then you're fighting the loop, or the belly, in your line. Come on. Alright, that does it. There's starting to be a lot more boats out here, and I don't want to be out here with all that. So, thanks for watching, everybody. Oops. I was 0 for 4. My hook's not broke. I don't know what it was. They just ate it faster than I could set the hook, I guess. Ate it and spit it out. Well, see y'all later.